Hey guys, it's Miss Jen. I just wanted to come into your house through YouTube and let you guys know I miss you so much. I miss our Sunday mornings together. I miss our craft time. I miss our laughs. I miss our prayer time together. And so I'm just coming to you and wanted to read you a story as we reflect on Easter this week and Good Friday. And this story is one that I read my own kids every single Christmas and every single Easter, and so I wanted to share it with you guys today. And it's called The Tale of Three Trees. So I'm going to start that. Once upon a mountaintop, three little trees stood and dreamed of what they wanted to become when they grow up. The first little tree looked up at the stars twinkling like diamonds above him. "I want to hold treasure," he said. "I want to be covered with gold and filled with precious stones. I will be the most beautiful treasure chest in the world." The second little tree looked out at the small stream trickling by on its way to the ocean. "I want to be a strong sailing ship," he said. "I want to travel mighty waters and carry powerful kings. I will be the strongest ship in the world." The third little tree looked down into the valley below, where busy men and busy women worked in a very busy town. "I don't want to leave this mountaintop at all," she said. "I want to grow so tall that when people stop to look at me, they will raise their eyes to the heavens and think of God. I will be the tallest tree in the world." Years passed, the rains came, the sun shone, the little trees grew tall. One day, three woodcutters climbed the mountaintop. The first woodcutter looked at the first tree and said, "This tree is beautiful. It's perfect for me." With a swoop of his shining axe, the first tree fell. "Now I shall be made into a beautiful chest," thought the first tree. "I shall hold wonderful treasure." The second woodcutter looked at the second tree and said, "This tree is strong. It is perfect for me," and with the swoop of an axe, the second tree fell. "Now I shall sail mighty waters," thought the second tree. "I shall be a strong ship fit for a king." The third tree felt her heart sink when the last woodcutter looked her way. She stood straight up, tall, and pointed bravely to heaven. But the woodcutter never even looked up. "Any kind of tree will do for me," he said. And with a swoop of his shining axe, the third tree fell. The first tree rejoiced when the woodcutter brought him into a carpenter shop. But the busy carpenter was not thinking about a treasure chest. Instead, his work-worn hands fashioned the tree into a feed box for animals. The once beautiful tree was not covered with gold or filled with treasure. He was coated with sawdust and filled with hay for hungry animals. The second tree smiled when the woodcutter took him into a shipyard. But no mighty sailing ships were being made that day. Instead, the once strong tree was hammered and sawed into a simple fishing boat, too small and too weak to sail an ocean or even a river. He was taken into a little lake, and every day he brought in loads of dead, smelly fish. The third tree was so confused when the woodcutter cut her into strong beams and left her in a lumber yard. What happened, the once tall tree wondered. All I ever wanted to do was stay on the mountaintop and point to God. Many, many days and nights passed. The three trees nearly forgot about all their dreams. But one night, a golden starlight poured over the first tree as a young woman placed her newborn baby in a feed box. "I wish I could make a cradle for him," her husband whispered. The mother squeezed his hand and smiled as the starlight shone on the smooth and sturdy wood. "This manger is beautiful," she said, and suddenly the first tree knew he was holding the greatest treasure in the world. One evening, a tired traveler and his friends crowded into an old fishing boat. The traveler fell asleep, and the second tree quietly sailed into a lake. Soon a thunderstorm came and arose. The little tree shuddered. He knew he did not have the strength to carry so many passengers safely through the wind and the rain. The men awakened. He stood up. He stretched out his hand and he said, "Peace." The storm stopped as quickly as it begun, and suddenly the second tree knew he was carrying the King of heaven and earth. On Friday morning, the third tree was startled when her beams were yanked from the forgotten woodpile. She flinched as she was carried through angry, jeering crowds. She shuddered when the soldiers nailed a man to her. She felt ugly and harsh and cruel. But on Sunday morning, when the sun rose and the earth trembled with joy beneath her, the third tree knew that God's love had changed everything. It had made the first tree beautiful, the second tree strong, and every time people thought of the third tree, they would think of God. That was better than being the tallest tree in the world. So this tree makes me very emotional, and it just really brings me to Thanksgiving for all that Christ has done for us. He gave his life for us. And so I just pray that you guys have a blessed weekend, and through all this, remember that Christ is with us always. I miss you guys so much, and if you have any prayer requests, I opened up a special email for you guys to go ahead and email me your prayer requests with your parents' permission, of course, and it'll be below in the link below, okay? God bless you all, and I can't wait to see you soon.